Look at that, looking better already. Gotten all those decals off. Still got a little extra sticky goo here. We found out if you take a little dust and rub it across there, sticks to all with the adhesive that's left on there, and then it's easier to scrape off that way. Look at the rest of this taken care of, and I have a window I can actually see out of now. It's not advertising for a bunch of businesses I don't care about. All nice and scraped off. No chemicals used, just a little bit of manual labor and a razor blade. All scraped off, and now on to the next project. If you ever decide to put stickers on top of paint, don't. This is a gigantic pain to remove. Everything keeps peeling off and stopping, and I'm really trying to not damage the paint taking this off, but it is taking forever. Well, it's shop day. Got the fan clutch taken off, the radiator and everything removed and out of the way. Took a few hours for that. We're down to the timing cover. The water pump has been removed. The timing cover itself doesn't actually look that bad. So there's a little wear to it, but I don't think there's anything there that would cause any bad cavitation or anything. There's a little bit of wear down the bottom here. It's kind of rough. It's not that bad though. I think we're going to reuse this timing cover. The other thing though that needs to be addressed is somebody at one point, I'm sure, did the timing cover. And then they did not put the oil seal back on correctly. There is supposed to be a metal ring that goes right here all the way around to seal it. As you can tell, that was not installed. So now we have this crap thrown around forever. Also, good to know, there's two belts on this, one to run the air conditioner. That has not been on there for some time. It is nice and coated in rust. So that's one more thing we get to try to diagnose. Why the air conditioner did not have a belt on it. Did it break? Did they pull it off? Did it just not have a charge? Don't know. So AC lines were taken off. There was some Freon in there. Not a lot. Maybe it's just low. Who knows? We'll find out later. It'll give me more stuff to work on here. The EGR delete has not been installed yet. There's all this crap I have to remove. And then we've got new radiator hoses. So these stupid... God, I hate those things. But those can get removed. And there wasn't much in the coolant. When I pulled this out, it looked like it was just rust, which not a good sign. So, figure out what's going on with this truck and get it all put back together. And I got the seal pulled off, which didn't take much. And you can see that there's no metal ring around here. You can see where it used to be. That's obviously where it should be, but it's not there. So whoever did this job last time, I don't know if they destroyed that ring and said screw it or what, but we need to get a new one on there. Otherwise this is never going to seal. It's going to just keep flinging oil out everywhere. And that looks like crap. So you got to clean all this crap off and then pull that oil pump, low pressure oil pump off. See how bad everything else is. Getting ready to install the radiator. Got this lower shroud put in place. This is generally supposed to be attached to the radiator, but when we were taking it out, broke off the mounting tabs on both sides. So it's not going to be attached very well, at least not to the radiator. It's going to bolt up to the upper shroud right here, on both sides. Got these zip ties attached to the wiring harness that runs up through there behind it. Those mounting tabs put in place. And on the radiator, got the rubber mounts transferred over onto the lower and upper sections. Got our new aftermarket radiator hose adapters put on. Those were really tight, but they're not going to leak, and you can just use a regular radiator hose with a regular hose clamp. So that's a nice improvement. This is our aftermarket CSF radiator. hopefully it won't leak. Just about ready to get this mounted and put in place. Well, I finally got most of the engine radiator back together, so I'm up underneath here on the creeper, just checking out the bottom of the truck. Shocks really need to be replaced, which isn't surprising. Going underneath here, check for any oil leaks, check for any U-joint failure, and then coming across down here, running over all kinds of crap on the ground. It's awesome. And the exhaust coming along here, and then the hangers are still there, which is good. And then you got this thing, which is awful. And then part of, looks like an old exhaust piece. And that is no longer functional. This might be the hanger for it. So that's not going to get taken out. The rear shock is, I don't know if that's heat from the exhaust or if it's just smushed, but that's going to have to get replaced too. And checking all the other U-joints, we got this piece here. I can't remember if it's carry bearing or whatever it's called. This is gone. That's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be there, just kind of not bouncing around. And on top of the bouncing around part, this it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, this U-joint's gone. We gotta replace that. There's a lot of vibration when I drove it for the one time, and that's probably a good chunk of it right there. Okay. Remember, kids, always check for a rat's nest at your turbo before going anywhere. Apparently that's a great spot to hide up against this really hot thing. Totally kill you. Alright. Little work at the shop vac. Got that mostly cleaned out, so we're not going to catch fire with a squirrel, rat, mice nest thing going on. The turbo here looks a little bit oily. Got some of it wiped down. It's not bad. So we'll see if we can get going here. May have to pull this out, check the pressure sensor. Just since we're here and we got it all taken apart, may as well, so we can get that cleaned out too. It's our last video for today, our little finale here. This is all back together. Everything is back in. You still need to tape up some of these wires we had from the old butterfly valve. Batteries are in. Got about 3.5 gallons of coolant in there. I ran out of coolant, so let me go grab some more. Then I was putting everything together, I noticed intercooler's got a nice little leak. Little pinhole. Not sure what I'm going to do for that. So that sucks. Yeah, I'm going to have to get a new intercooler. Oh, ran codes. Most of the codes were related to the battery being low or disconnected, low voltage, all that good stuff. Went underneath for a little bit, checked the bottom of it, see, make sure everything's okay. Not really okay. So that joint is okay, but that joint right there, that one's blown, including that large bushing there. Both of those are shot. Well, that makes a lot of drivetrain vibration. Also, the exhaust is going to be taken care of tomorrow, and then the shocks need to be replaced. The shocks are just blown, beat up. And probably doesn't help that there's a large hole in it. So, making some progress, getting everything out of the bed. Bunch of empty boxes and trash. Got some shocks there we can put on. The old radiator, you can kind of see a little bit better here, is that it's just split from a couple inches, about 2-3 inches off the ground, all the way up, completely up to the upper mount. It's all just bowed right up. So hard to hold coolant in the radiator when it's not connected anymore, and these little tabs, the only thing holding in. And just that top one really is the one holding that one in. About 3 of the bottom ones. So it's coming along. Shouldn't be much longer now, and then we can get this thing back on the road and then get it sold. That's right, not keeping it. There's other trucks out there, better, newer, and not 6.4s. Alright, see you on the next video. Like and subscribe if this is viewed on the YouTubes.